Welcome to race number 2, or race number 14 if you're looking at it in the seasonal context. The second race from the 7th round of the Weekday series here at Indianapolis. Starting on pole, we have Quintus Gillespie, who had technical problems in race 1, but the number 34 has been rewarded for his perseverance and staying here with a top-of-the-grid starting spot. Joining him on the front row will be the number 18 of Dule Markovic, the BMW driver. Then it'll be Michael Magasevich in the number 99 Audi, the green and yellow machine. Wesley Stokes in the Ice Watch BMW, the number 31, starts from P4. P5 will be Mark Clapp-Zuhl, the number 11 Red Bull BMW car. Then Rick Martel in the number 84. I don't even know what the main sponsor of that car actually is. Some kind of automobile thing, though, I would guess. Rick Martel. Mike Mark will start from P7. P8 will be Alessio DeBonis. P9 will be Martin Lauer. And P10, Jason Monds. Let's kick this off. Monds is the winner of race 1 and the dominant championship leader. Not a very good start by Gillespie. Markovic is going to have an inside line into corner 1, it looks like. And an aggressive move to the inside there. Oh! 3 BMWs colliding, and the BMW bosses cannot be happy about that, although, in fairness, it has gotten a BMW and Wes Stokes into the lead. Martin Lauer fighting with Mark Clapp-Zuhl there for P3. Quintus Gillespie into second place. P5 is Mike Mark. P6, Alessio DeBonis. P7, Jason Monds. P8, Rick Martel. P9, or P7, Rick Martel. P8, or no, I'm correct on the first time. P8, Martel. P9, Markovic, and P10, Magasevich. Mike Mark having a moment there, and it looks like Dule Markovic has tangoed with Magasevich at the back of the pack. Magasevich allowing the Serbian to regain the track first and 9th place. Back to the front, it's still Wes Stokes leading the way from Quintus Gillespie, Mark Clapp-Zuhl, Martin Lauer, Alessio DeBonis, Jason Monds getting shuffled back. Looks like it appears to be Rick Martel, maybe. BMW from Mercedes from BMW at the moment. Top Audi in 5th place. Lauer going down the inside, looking for P3 against Mark Clapp-Zuhl. Also, Gillespie looking for P1 against Wes Stokes, but that looks like a done deal. Oh, contact! Contact between Lauer and Clapp-Zuhl as they battle over P3. And I would say Mark Clapp-Zuhl might be in for the Stewarts if he doesn't get back in position. He's taking second place off of the virtue of that. It looks like Wes Stokes has spun out on his own, actually, and is probably back down at the back of the pack now, or very close to it. Alessio DeBonis is now in 3rd place, pestering Clapp-Zuhl, followed by Jason Monds up to 4th. So these two are coming through the grid nicely. Their fellow podium mate, Martin Lauer, having a rougher time. There he is in the background there. I suppose he's only 2 spots behind Jason Monds, actually. Out in the front, Quintus Gillespie has been fortunate, the fortunate benefactor of all of this chaos. He has a pretty considerable lead at the front of the pack. DeBonis setting up for a run here into lap 3 on Clapp-Zuhl, where he may take it beforehand. Much more aggressive wing on that Audi. As DRS kicks in. Monds, though, is also looking to make double the move, and he's not even using DRS. DeBonis is through. Monds is held off for now, but I think that's just a matter of time before Clapp-Zuhl has to surrender 3rd place to the championship leader. Rounding off the top 5 is still Rick Martel, number 84 Mercedes. That is 3 Mercedes in the top 5 and 4 in the top 6. Pretty fantastic run for them. Not quite as good as the Mid-Ohio dominance, where they took the top 4 places in both races, but very solid. Clapzul now the cork in the bottle against Jason Monds, and letting Alessio DeBonis and Quintus Gillespie get away at the head of the field. Mike Mark you can see in 7th place in the BMW. A lot of problems for a lot of cars here in this race so far. It's a couple of contacts, some ugliness, as well as just some mistakes in the case of Wesley Stokes. Monds putting the pressure on the number 11 car now. Championship leader is looking to get on the podium. It's going down the inside into turn 1. And that looks like a done move. I think, unfortunately, the DRS is just going to make that undeniable. You can see the DRS disengages there. Clapzul going for the pass, trying to get back in front, but he has failed.
Does not have the clap confirmed.
Does not have the clap. Well, it's Clapper versus Clap. That was Byron Dirksen, my usual co-host. We're doing a podcast in a bit. That's why he's impatient. Battle continues. Clapzul's been relegated off the podium. Wesley Stokes is at the back. Quintus Gillespie, the gap is closing, but he's still pretty comfortable out in front of Alessio DeBonis and Jason Monds. Mark Clapzul now having Rick Martel and Martin Lauer catching up to him. I feel like both those Mercedes are probably the faster cars than the BMW, which didn't show particularly well in race 1. Although I suppose it was around Rick Martel at the end of the race. Finishing in P6. Martin Lauer, who of course finished 2nd in race 1, started 9th in this race. He's up to 6th, putting the pressure on the 5th place car of Rick Martel. Looks like Martel's going to make him go around the outside of turn 1. And he will. And that's Martin Lauer up into 4th place. Or 5th place, I should say. It looks like we've lost Dule Markovic somewhere. He doesn't appear to be out on track, so probably a technical failure for the Serbian driver. Whoa! Gillespie goes off the track, and that's going to cost him the lead as DeBonis says, "Thank you, I'll take that lead. And now please hold up the championship leader for me." Martin Lauer getting a little bit wide there as well. Rick Martel also off the track. Bit of a rough corner for the Mercedes crew. So Alessio DeBonis will lead a lap. This is the first lap not led by a Mercedes, I do believe, here at Indianapolis for this round. Audi getting its piece finally. And Jason Monds looking to overtake basically the same move he did on Clapzul, actually, to take 2nd place off of Quintus Gillespie. Probably wasn't fought too hard as their Mercedes teammates. Mark Clapzul still in 4th place. Pressure's on with Martin Lauer and Rick Martel directly behind him in the W Mercedes. So it's a Mercedes 2-3 and 5-6 at the moment. Mike Mark having a moment, it would appear, and slides down to 8th place behind Mike Magasevich. We felt like Gillespie had a shot at winning this race, but I think with Monds and DeBonis now clear of him, it's a 2-horse race. It is these two guys. There's no one third or further back who I think has the pace to match them. They were on the podium in race 1. Martin Lauer, of course, he would say, has the pace, but is currently caught in 5th place. You can see him there still pestering the Red Bull BMW of Mark Clapzul, who is a notedly feisty defender of position, so don't expect him to give in too easily. As we reach stretch just past the halfway point here. There's that feisty defending from the number 11 we were talking about. Slide over on the straightaway. Going to make Martin Lauer go the long way around turn 1 if he wants the position. And not quite there. Rick Martel is the beneficiary of this. He's right back on the back of these guys after having briefly, seemingly lost position in the battle with the two of them. Back in the front is still DeBonis leading the way from Jason Monds. And this battle will continue. Monds looking for a double race win, which I can't recall if he has done that before this season. We are coming off Martin Lauer's double in Mid-Ohio, so it would be a response to a little bit of momentum going against Monds for really the first time in this series. And this fourth place battle, I think, is probably where the heat is going to be, though. Whoa! Bit of a move there from Martin Lauer. Game of chicken. And Klapzul responding with a little bit of anger of his own with a very wiggly block. I would say both of them are in for the stewards after that display there. Rick Martel says, thank you for 2 positions. And he'll happily move up into 4th place. In the time we were away, it looks like DeBonis lost the lead to Jason Monds. Let's have a quick look. Another turn 1 move, perhaps? Looks like that's where it's going to have to have been. Oh, it looks like he got the job done actually on the straightaway. That DRS-assisted pass into turn 1 gives Jason Monds the lead. And no one's been able to come back at him yet. Surprisingly enough, the only person who really even seemingly came close was Mark Klapzul earlier in this race. And just a replay there of the wiggle of Mark Klapzul in the 2-for-1 pass into turn 1 for Rick Martel. So it looked like he would be the victim of maybe something there as a little contact with Martin Lauer, but Mark Klapzul and Lauer seemingly getting into it a little bit. They had contact earlier in this race. A little bit of a score to settle, perhaps. I believe both the Mercedes and the BMW driver are going to be to the stewards before the end of this one, though. Lauer looking racy, looking like he maybe has the pace, but can't quite find an opportunity as of yet. These 3 cars very close together. Not much else going on circuit right now. Oh, well, I stand corrected. Mike Mark is up on the tail of Mike Magasevich in a battle for 7th place with the Audi driver. Audi down to just 2 cars at this round, DeBonis and Magasevich. Both BMW and Mercedes fielding 4 apiece. It's not good for Audi in the championship contending standards. A lot of people had them pegged as an early favorite to pick up the constructors, but they have struggled for the last couple of rounds just with some funding, getting enough cars on the field. Down the inside with DRS assistance goes Mike Mark. Magasevich doesn't really fight him too hard. Oh, but he spins it! And Magasevich will take the spot back. Rick Martel has managed to pull far away from Klapzul, get a little bit of a concussion, which is good for him because these two are These two are heated. The red mist has descended on this battle for 5th place between Mark Klabzul and Martin Lauer. Huge fight right now between the number 11 BMW Red Bull car and the number 3 Mercedes AMG car. See if this continues. We've seen some wiggling on this back straightaway from Klabzul a couple of times, which you would have to say the stewards are not going to take a tremendously great view of. There it is again, another cut, and then it becomes the illegal block with the move back the other way, and again. So I think that number 11 car is treading on dangerous water right now with his current behavior in the blocking zones. Tell you the man who has to be happy about this, though, is Rick Martel, who continues to glide away to the distance in the number 84 Mercedes. Mike Mark is back up on the back of Mike Magasevich. Their battle intensifying a little bit. See there the more extreme wing the Audi is running in comparison to the BMW. Wesley Stokes in the background there in 9th place. Been a pretty rough race for him. Started this race in P4. Had an incident. Self-administered, although some early contact with Mark Klabzul as well, and has not managed to recover. This has been a little bit more of a sporting battle than the one ahead of it. So we're heading into the last lap now. We're going to see a first turn move. The first turn move has been the place to make your moves happen. This long straightaway with DRS assistance makes it a pretty good passing zone if you're the faster car, and indeed, the BMW Lifestyle Puma car has gotten the job done. Martin Lauer has gotten past Klabzul. Let's have a look at the end of that. These two have been battling, I think, a little bit too hard for us not to see the crescendo. Not to see the grand finale of this battle for 5th place. So it's quite a ways back, actually. Oh, I think it's gonna involve some rubbing, some hard rubbing. So here we go, heading into Sector 2. Martin Lauer gets a little bit wide, and Mark Klabzul is not giving him an inch. Just absolutely not interested, but it's not enough. The Mercedes has got too much pace. He goes for the comeback move, a little bit of contact, and he winds up just braking too late into the cones. And gotta wonder if the number 11 has anything really to come back at this point. So then heading into the final lap, Jason Monds in the lead. Alessio DeBonis a little too far back, I think, to make it up in a lap. Quintus Gillespie pretty much alone in 3rd. Pretty much alone in 4th for Rick Martel. Martin Lauer, after an absolute war with Mark Klabzul, in 5th. Klabzul is in 6th. 7th for Mike Magasevich, but we know that this is short-lived, as we know that Mike Mark is going to get the job done going into turn 1 of the final lap and promote himself to 7th place. There he goes down the inside. Wes Stokes is in 9th place. As we said, a bit of a rough day for him. Oops, went back a little too far. Anyways, there we go. So Monds, looks like that gap is shrinking a little bit to DeBonus. Maybe Alessio's got something here. But no, not with just the straight to go. Oh, well, we did have something there between Mike Mark and Mike Magasevich. So Mark is the lead car in 7th place. It looks like Magasevich is trying to go up the inside and just overcooks the brakes. Could not quite make that work, and I think that's also going to cost him 8th place to Wesley Stokes. So an ill-advised move by the number 2 Audi driver. And Jason Monds completes the double here at Indianapolis. Alessio DeBonus, a double podium day for him, but the damage is done, I think. Quintus Gillespie picks up 3rd, gets on the podium. Rick Martel, a pretty solid run, a 5th and a 4th for him. Takes 4th here in race 2. And then Martin Lauer, who is 2nd in race 1, takes 5th in race 2. But he'll be in front of the stewards along with this man, Mark Labzul, P6 on the road, but I have questions about whether it will stay that way. Mike Mark, Wesley Stokes, and Mike Magasevich round off the field. We lost Dule Markovic early in the race. Technical failure. And that is all the action we have. The Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Round 7 of the Zero Racing Weekday Series. We'll be on for the weekend next, and then it's off to the Race Room Raceway Bridge Layout.